What's Cooking Revere? My name is Michael Hinojosas, and I'm here with my lovely wife, Maria Elena, and we are very excited to be the first people on What's Cooking Revere. So, just a quick story about how this all got started. Me and Bob Dunbar were having a conversation not too long ago, and I happened to tell him a little Valentine's Day story, and he's like, "Oh my God, that's perfect, and you're gonna cook." So it took Maria Elena a couple of months to convince her to get on the show, but
here we are.
But here we are. So, but I'd like to share the story with you. 34 years ago today, 34 years ago for Valentine's Day, when we were just juniors in high school and first started dating for
3 months.
About 3 months, right? Maria Elena found this recipe in
16 magazine.
16 magazine. She found this recipe and she made this chicken cordon bleu dish, and with a little Fusili and a red sage
rose sauce.
Thank you. And for the last 34 years, this is what she has made on Valentine's Day. So, and we hope you guys enjoy it as much as we have. This is not a diet dinner by any stretch of the imagination. There's going to be a lot of butter and some heavy cream, but
Valentine's Day splurge.
Exactly. So, without any further ado, we would like to share this with you, and I'm going to leave this to Maria Elena.
Well,
she can get going.
You're going to help. The first thing we did was we melted a quarter cup of butter, and I took the cutlet, which we had the cutlets pounded by the butcher today, but you may want to just pound the cutlet out so it's nice and thin and flat and big enough to store all the meat and cheese. Once the butter is melted, I already did this one cutlet already, so I brushed the cutlet with butter and seasoned it with some salt and pepper, and now we're just going to fill it with the ham and the mozzarella cheese. So you can use any type of ham. I just use a domestic ham, and I have it sliced fairly thin. Just lay it onto the cutlet and sprinkle some mozzarella cheese in the middle. And you simply roll it. Here are my toothpicks. Can you just dump out a bunch for me? And you secure it. And make sure you tell your partner after you cook it to be careful of toothpicks. And then you dip it, you dust it in flour. You dip it in egg. And then roll it in breadcrumb. And place it on your dish. And repeat.
But we'll do it again.
Okay.
All right, so we'll sprinkle in a little butter. Oh, looks so good. I can't wait to eat.
Actually, can you sprinkle the salt and pepper since I'm...
Sure.
And you can throw a piece of ham on there.
Absolutely.
You can do that part, and I'll do the dirty part.
Okay. A little extra cheese there. Okay.
Roll and secure.
Roll and secure. But I would like to say, I mean, 34 years ago we were 16 years old, so this was
And now we're only 21. I don't know how that happens.
This was pretty impressive for a 16-year-old kid, I think, at the time.
And you won't remember this, but there was also a dessert that came along with it, and it was an icebox cake. And it was a disaster. I just could not do that. So that was removed from the menu for future years. I could probably do it now, salt and pepper.
We just call the Keefs and tell them to bake
Salt
something
and
for
pepper.
us.
Yeah, Jen Keefe, if you're watching, pumpkin squares are always good. but the fusilli might be my favorite part of the meal. Once this is done, we're gonna add some wine to the melted butter, and we're gonna add 1/8 of a teaspoon each of rosemary, sage, and thyme. And we're just gonna baste the chicken every few minutes while it's baking. That's it. So these are gonna go into a 350 oven for 20 minutes. At that time, I will add the wine and the spices and we just kind of baste it, and then it cooks for another 15 minutes. So you want to throw that in the oven while I wash my hands quick.
So 20 minutes in the oven at 350 degrees.
We're going to start the pasta. What you can do, Michael, is just turn that front burner on because we're going to have to cook some oil and garlic.
All right, the front burner, not the...
Right where the pan is, the empty pan. Yep, right there.
You want it on high?
Medium.
Okay.
So for the fusilli pasta, I'm gonna wait for this pan to heat up for a minute, but what we're gonna do is 2 tablespoons of olive oil. And while the olive oil is heating up, we're gonna add after this a tablespoon of garlic.
Look at that Italian, no measuring right there. You said 2 tablespoons.
That's what it was. I have water already boiling for the pasta. Just gonna reduce that. And actually, I'm gonna start cooking the pasta because this might take a little while. The recipe calls for a 1/2 pound of fusilli pasta. It's a little loud.
So as a reminder, this is a meal for 2.
Yet it
But
calls.
over the years, we have certainly shared it with our 2 kids. Chris and Allie, a little shout out.
Okay. So while that cooks, well, while I'm waiting for the oil to heat up, I'll prepare this. So it's just white wine, and you add about 1/2 cup to the melted butter. And then, like I said, it was 1/8 of a teaspoon of rosemary, sage, and thyme. And we'll use that to baste the chicken.
So I'm gonna...
Good. Okay. So now we're going to add a tablespoon of garlic to the oil. I'm going to wait for that to cook and brown a little bit. And we need crushed tomatoes, 1/2 cup of crushed tomatoes, and a tablespoon of tomato paste will be added to this. Okay, so I want to scoop out 1/2 cup. That's a whole cup. So right where the line is a 1/2 cup. Wait, let this brown a little bit. Just.
You said I was ready to go.
I know you were. So let it brown and it becomes flavorful, and that's when you know when to.
A relatively simple meal that is delicious. That can be prepared in less than 45 minutes, although there's a little prep, especially if you go to the butcher. But if you do pound your own cutlets, still can be done 45 or 50 minutes.
Yep.
So.
Okay. We're going to add 1/2 cup of crushed tomatoes. And then a tablespoon of tomato paste. I have that spatula way at the end, the blue one. Then this needs to cook, stirring occasionally for about 15 to 20 minutes. And at that point, we'll add some heavy cream and it cooks for another 5 minutes, and then your sauce is done, and we'll mix it with the pasta. So that's all I've got going right now until everything's ready to serve.
We will be right back. Welcome back to What's Cooking Revere. So it's been about
20 minutes.
well,
Almost
about 12 minutes. So we still have the tomato paste and the tomatoes cooking down. We got about another minute left before we're gonna, minute and a half left before we add the sage, thyme, butter, and heavy cream.
Yeah. 2 minutes.
We've got the
Pasta boiling.
pasta boiling. Thank you.
So this, I'm going to reduce the heat to low on the sauce. And the whole time I just kept stirring it to keep it from burning on the bottom of the pan.
Yeah. So that part can be a little. You got to watch it. If not, it will burn. But
Coming from the expert.
that's what I am, the expert.
I'm going to add some heavy cream, a half cup heavy cream to the red sauce. And that's going to cook over low heat for 5 minutes. And then Michael's going to open the oven, pull the chicken out. And we're just going to baste. Okay. Just going to put the temperature up a little bit. Speed the cooking along. Yep, you can put that back in.
Okay.
That's going to cook for another 15 minutes. But after about 5 minutes or so, I'm going to open it again and continue basting for the last 15 minutes. And with the cream sauce, we're just going to mix it all in and keep stirring this. You're a good pasta checker. Do you want to see if the pasta's done cooking?
Oh, of course. 30 seconds left.
30 seconds left on the pasta. Okay, we're just going to continue to baste for the next 15 minutes, and at that point, we'll have a delicious meal to serve. Whoa.
Can't wait. See you guys in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So, pasta just finished cooking. So we just drained it. We're gonna throw it in the pan while Maria Elena is doing that. I'm just gonna baste one more time. Chicken is cooking just a little slower than we would have liked, so we're gonna just maybe keep basting a couple more times and keep it nice and moist. Okay. All right. Back in the oven.
Probably about another 10 minutes, it looks like.
It's coming though.
But the pasta is done.
So we got to get that off the stove.
So that will be ready to go when the chicken comes out. Perfect.
That does look good. Again, for the 34th time. But as the years have gone by, I mean, it's just, you know, it probably is
Scrape some more.
one of my top 2 meals. I love it. Delicious, simple. Chicken ham and cheese.
Kind of mastered it over 34 years. It used to take me a lot longer. It used to be an all-day project. It used to be a much bigger mess. But all streamlined now.
Which I do help you clean. I mean,
You do,
I do.
occasionally.
A lot.
Okay, we'll be back in a few minutes and hopefully the chicken will be done.
Perfect.
Looks good.
Okay.
Okay, so put one on each dish.
We are ready.
And remember, gotta take those toothpicks out.
So there should be 3 toothpicks in each one, as a reminder. Okay.
Now I get
We hope Bob and Andrew enjoy this, but I'm just gonna slice one open, hope they don't mind, so that we can see the beautiful gooiness in there.
very nice.
Oh, that smells
Get
good.
some
though.
nice Italian bread to go with it and you are good to go. Thanks everybody.
Yep, just want to, once again, special thanks to Revere TV and Bob Dunbar and Andrew, who's here very late. We can't thank you enough for thinking of us to come on the show.
It's been fun.
We hope you enjoyed our little Valentine's Day story, and we hope to see you soon. And maybe we'll come back for another episode. And
Sure.
and what's cooking, Revere?
Bon
Have a good
appetit.
night.